We begin with breaking news. A man under surveillance by the FBI and Boston police shot and killed this morning. Officials tell us the man was wielding a knife and was under investigation by a joint terrorism task force. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Catherine Hauser.
And I'm Chris McKinnon. This terrifying scene played out right outside of a CVS on a busy street in Roslindale. That's where we find Paul Burton. Paul, what can you tell us?
And Chris and Catherine, I can tell you that this man was shot right here in this CVS parking lot. There were several people inside the CVS store when the gunshots rang out. Right now, police are not saying much about the suspect who was fatally shot. We do know that he's in his mid-20s, and he's been under close watch by the FBI and the Joint Terrorism Task Force.
And unfortunately, he came at the officers, and, you know, they do what they were trained to do. And unfortunately, they had to take a life.
Gunshots outside a CVS in Roslindale. Commissioner Bill Evans says a man carrying a military-style knife was in the area of Washington Street in this CVS parking lot.
It's a black, large knife, you know, military style. Both
the FBI and the Joint Terrorism Task Force had been surveilling this man for the past several weeks. When officers approached to get his attention, that's when things got ugly.
The officers asked him several times to put that knife down. They gave him several commands. The officers tried their best retreating. Again, several more orders to put down. And at that point, he came within the proximity that the officers used deadly force.
The man was taken to Brigham and Women's Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police say the man is of Middle Eastern descent. The task force consists of local, state, and federal agencies to chase down terrorism leads. Right now, police are not confirming why they were watching this man. Evans says both Boston police and an FBI agent discharged their weapons. This is a very busy CVS intersection, and many people, including Molly's dad, were inside the store when gunshots rang out.
He said he heard like 3 shots, and then people just kind of ran outside to see what was happening.
No officers were injured during this incident. This is still very much an active scene. Police say they plan to hold a press conference later on this afternoon and update the media. Until then, we're live in Roslindale. I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News. Back to you. Paul.